Hello, how's it going? I wanted to start running through some of my most used and some of my favorite plugins, and I'm starting off with the HoRNet VU Meter. It's super simple to use and super cheap, but I get so much use out of it and thought it'd be a good place to start. So let's get into it. So if you know what gain staging is, you'll know why it's important, but I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of why it's important to me and how this plugin helps. So this first sample, as it is peaking pretty much at 0 dB, which means we're going to have to turn it down at some point during mixing if we don't want our master to clip. But there is a reason why we want to turn the gain down before the signal gets to the fader. A lot of plugins that deal with dynamics like compressors use VU as the baseline for when it starts to kick in, and we can see an example of that in this channel strip. If we play this sample without any gain reduction, we can see here that the compressor is already getting quite hard and we don't have any room to raise the threshold. So that means that we need to turn down the volume before it gets into this plugin. So to solve this, we're going to need some gain reduction before the sound gets here. Now, there are lots of ways to do this with a stock utility plugin enabled in, or even within the plugin itself, you can change the input gain here. But having to do this for multiple tracks can get tiresome, and it's not going to be exact every single time. You're going to be roughly guessing how to get it close back to zero. This is where the HoRNet VU Meter comes in. This plugin solves this problem with more or less a single click. Just put it on the track, click the auto button, play it. And you can see it's given it 11 dB of gain reduction. Now we can see the benefit of this if we look at our channel strip plugin again. If we play it now with the gain reduction, the compressor isn't doing anything, and this means we can start lowering the threshold to get as much or as little compression as we want. This gives us much more control than we did before. We can see another example of this with another compressor, the LA2A, without the gain reduction. Same problem, the compressor's getting worked pretty hard, which means we're going to need to reduce the gain. With the VU meter on, we're getting no gain reduction, which is perfect. That means we can start simply turning this knob to get as much or as little gain reduction as we want. Now for a quick example of the opposite, we have a virtual instrument here. If we play this, the volume's a lot lower, which means we're going to have to really start turning this threshold down quite a lot before we start getting some compression. So if we use the VU meter, this will increase the gain. Which means this is almost going to behave exactly, pretty much close to exactly as the other one did. And this will apply to any plugin that deals with dynamics, and it's made my life a lot easier when it comes to learning how different compressors work and how to use them if they're all behaving the same. This plugin is also super cheap, with the full price being €5.99, and it goes on sale even cheaper than that a lot of the time. So I'm planning to do a video about the HoRNet VU Meter as well, which does something slightly differently but still super helpful, especially in referencing and mastering. So if you'd like to see that or have any other products or techniques looked at, then let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Take care and have fun.